Welcome back to the Glasshead Podcast. It's your boy Dorian Ames, aka Chaos Goldie. This is a very special episode. It's actually my first episode hosting solo, and we have my very good friend here, Andy. So I shouldn't say good friend. I'm still trying to get to know you, brother. But we met this summer, and it's been a while. And I follow you on Instagram, and you're always doing these really cool things. And I see you doing a lot of business moves and whatnot in the city.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks for having me on. To you, Jalen and Saga as well behind the scenes. Yeah, man. I mean, we met at the bar, right?
Yeah.
And you just like, it's funny because high vibration people attract high vibration people.
Facts.
And like how it works is like you just kind of feel a synergy without even knowing someone, or just like the first few seconds or moments you talk to someone, you're like, all right, maybe I should continue this conversation further past this day, right? Definitely. And I think we connected on IG and like we just messaged each other. I think you mentioned the podcast.
Yeah,
and I was like,
dude,
I'm like kind of trying to do stuff like that.
Funny thing is, I think it was probably during the summer, right? Mm-hmm. I think we were just starting the podcast. We were like on the very first season, probably the first 2 or 3 episodes, and you came in with a young lady, and y'all were just kind of having a good time, and you mentioned that you had just moved from Cali. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, bro. I love Cali. Jay Scott actually spent a few semesters in Cali for college.
Oh, for sure.
And
cool.
I was just like, like we're doing this podcast, and like you said, the vibrations were good. You know what I mean? Like, I know you were excited to be in the city and meet people, so I kind of like bounced off the energy. Yeah. That was really important. But how's Houston treating you since then?
Yeah, so funny you say that because I am from Cali. I was there till the age of 21. I moved to Austin first. So I moved to Austin for a job opportunity, and I lived there for a whole year. Okay. And then came to Houston to start the Houston branch for the same job opportunity, but just a different city. Okay. So when I met you, it was like, dude, I just moved into the Hanover, right? It was like a month after I moved in. Mm-hmm. So I knew nobody. I didn't know, like that person I was with, it was like one of the first people I met in Houston for one of the first nights I was out. Okay. So kind of just meant to be, like I would say. But dude, I mean, it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. Wow. Why? Because that's powerful. Because you have to adapt when you do new things, when you are in a new environment around new people. You got to recreate yourself, you know what I mean? And like you're forced to become if you want to take advantage of the opportunity, you're forced to become the person you've always wanted to be. Wow. But if you don't, then you're going to just be in the same place you were before, right? So like that's what I told myself before I even came from Cali, bro. Like, man, when I move, and I was talking to someone about this yesterday, and I'm so passionate. You can hear it in my voice, bro. I'm so passionate about it. Like, when I said, hey, I'm going to move from Cali to Texas, I said, I'm not going to move like just my body. I'm going to change who I am, like entirely. Everything crazy. I'm not, I'm going to become, and slowly and surely I'm trying to get there, and I am. Yeah. But there's a long way ahead, bro. But I love it, man. I love the weather. People don't say that, right? But I love the weather. I love the metropolitan vibe. It reminds me of LA. Okay. But LA, a lot of different, like people are a little bit different over there. You know what I mean?
For sure. Just a little bit, definitely. Yeah. That's crazy. Speaking on LA, like what kind of role models did you have growing up that you feel kind of like, sculpted who you are today? Yeah, man. I mean, over time, that answer's developed. 100% it's my dad. It's a common answer, right? Yeah. But my dad's from, long story short, from Guatemala, came from nothing, dirt poor, first in the family to graduate, sacrificed everything for him to get the college degree, became an accountant, supports his family in Guatemala, supported my family, supported everybody that immigrated with him. Yeah. I'm the second to graduate in my family. He was super strict in my whole life, like must get straight A's, must dress properly, must be respectful, like on my ass, texting me on my ass. Bro, like very old school. Yeah. And at the time, I thought it wasn't like, fuck, dude, like my dad's fucking in my ass, Yeah. But without his super strict nature of being disciplined as a person and being just a good person overall and having ethics and having integrity and being respected, right? I wouldn't be where I am right now. Like I wouldn't have the mindset I have right now. He saved me a lot of years of learning lessons people learned late in their life. Fact. That's how I see it, right? Yeah. So like I didn't have the greatest relationship, but when I moved, I then reflected on it, and I'm like, no, like my dad did all that in love for me. Yeah. And now the relationship's much better, and my dad's number one, bro. And over time, just more mentors that I've met over time. That's real, and I hear that narrative all the time. Like when you're at home, your parents are driving you crazy, and then you leave, and you're like, wow, like I miss it. I miss the lessons they would teach me, or the insights that they would kind of give me here and there, and then it kind of goes back to the heart grows fonder when you're away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
but
bro.
Yeah, I relate to that. I still live pretty close to my parents, but I spent 2 summers away in El Paso, and I know how you feel, bro. When I was away from my mom and my dad, it's kind of like, I wonder what they would do in this situation, or what they would tell me in the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's always...
They're like voices in your ear, you know? Like, my dad would always tell me, bro, it's funny you say, like, what they used to tell you. Dude, growing up, all the time. Like, all the time. Every weekend. Because, like, when I'm in high school, I'm going out drinking for the first time. He's like, look, man, in life, there's winners and losers. You can decide who you want to be. He would tell me that all the time. And I'm like, all right, I get it. Dude, it's so wise. Like, those words are so wise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And those little things, they influence your subconscious, and you slowly, like, remind yourself of what they really did for you. It
becomes part of you, really.
Yes, bro, absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. I wanted to ask you a little earlier. So you've lived in 3 different cities, or have you lived in more?
3.
3. Okay,
yes.
So LA, Austin, and Houston.
Yeah.
Okay, and you like Houston a lot?
I loved Austin, bro. I thought I was never gonna leave, dog, because I love water activities, like the lake and like boats, and the summer's so beautiful, and the people there are very beautiful too.
They are, yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I thought I would never leave, but dude, I'll always take an opportunity worth taking. Because for me moving from LA to Austin, I made myself a different person, bro. Andy Ordonez was like Andy Ordonez 2.0.
Okay.
Like, over time. And then when I moved here again, bro, I recreated myself. And not like this guy's fake. I evolved and improved and am dedicated to my self-improvement, in like every area of my life. And whenever you move, you're forced. Like, again, if you want to take advantage of it, you're forced to grow.
That's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's beautiful. That's inspiring, really, because I know there's a lot of people. Me, for myself, like, I was raised in Houston. You know what I mean? Funny you said you're from Guatemala. I'm from Belize. So I was born in Belize.
Neighbor, bro.
Yeah, exactly. We're neighbors. I was born in Belize, raised in Houston. I went to college in Houston, spent some summers away, but still came back, and I'm back in Houston. And honestly, lately I've been itching, bro, itching to go, itching to, like, not even like go and visit, but go and live somewhere else. You know what I mean? So, like, hearing like the experience you have from leaving and evolving and just growing to a new person or who you want to be. Yeah. I like that, bro.
And that's what I'm all about, bro. Like, the words that I speak, I want them to be words of encouragement and words of not motivation, but inspiration. Yeah. Like, motivation fades and go. Inspiration is like something you can hold on to. A lot of people have fear in their life, like, holding them back for years, decades, bro. And it's like, all right, man, like, fuck, if you would have spoken to someone that maybe put the thought in your head that, hey, the fear's not necessary, you might have taken the leap. And, I like to be that person every now and again when I can. And naturally, organically, not like the motivation guy, but just like having a conversation, you know what I mean? And like talking about each other's lives. But you said the 3-city thing. Yeah. So the 3-city thing is crucial, bro, because like, those people that you met, that in LA, don't live in Houston. Yeah. Those people in Austin don't live in Houston. The people in Houston don't live in Austin. Like, you meet more people, you learn more things because those people have different experiences. Yeah. And that's the beauty of life, bro. And like, the person you're seeing now is just like an accumulation of all these conversations I've had with so many people.
Definitely.
So,
I feel that.
Yeah, bro.
I feel like I've thought that or even like heard that from someone else before, and it always resonates with me, that idea, like, hey, like, I need to go meet more people, because my mindset or my point of view right now, not that it's narrow, but it's just like, it can be broader, it can be bigger, it can be more open-minded. You know what I mean? There's always something to learn, and I definitely believe that.
That's the growth mindset, bro. Like, if you don't think like that, it's a detriment to yourself, because you don't know it all. Like, it's impossible to. So like, if you start there and like, oh man, every interaction is a learning experience. Every interaction should be, something that where not only I'm looking to benefit from it, but how can I help the other person? Yeah. Because if you do that, that's how you establish a real friendship, Yeah. So like, these are things you learn over time, bro. Like, definitely. Like I said, I didn't know this 2 years ago, 1 year ago. Like, you learn this over time with what you do. So,
gotcha.
Bro, for sure.
I wanted to ask you, as far as mentorship, because before we started the show, you were talking about mentorship.
Yeah.
How do you go about finding mentors, or you know what I mean? Like, what's your process on that?
Yeah, good question, bro. I actually got this. I got asked this a while back on IG, like a few days ago, and I have a technical answer, and I have like a answer that you can just go with. Okay, so the technical answer, bro, is like, okay, what's your industry? What are you working in? Okay, you're in music, you're in fashion, you're in photography, you're in business. Okay, what are you selling? Okay, find someone doing that already. Find the best, ideally. Or if not, the top 10 in your city. Okay, go on Yellow Pages, White Pages, go on Google, find that phone number, call them. If you're afraid to do that, dude, like, you need to fix that.
Okay.
So do the action, right? Call them, email them, get in front of their face, schedule 10 people to meet with. One of them's going to stick. How can you help them out? And then they're going to continue to text with you, and like you can pick their brain over time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys that because I did it literally in LA, in Austin, and in Houston.
Dang.
I let it go in Austin a little bit more, but I'm doing it here now because I plan on being here the next 5-10 years probably.
Nice.
So that's the technical answer. The other way is just like, you know, really think about like that's the business answer, right? But like, who are you trying to become?
Yeah.
Write it down and say, who can I talk to with similar characteristics or qualities, right? And, you know, go out there, and the reticular activator in your brain, bro, like when you make a decision like that, like I need to find someone. So like, say your finances are not that great, right? Or your relationship with your family is not that great, or, you know, your fitness is not that great. Cool. Hey, who do I know whose fitness is spot on? Maybe I know them, maybe I don't. They don't even have to be older. A mentor doesn't have to be someone with 20 years of experience. It can be a good friend of yours or an acquaintance. And over time, it creates an organic relationship where like you benefit from them and they benefit from you, right?
Facts.
Just by being in each other's presence. So like, ask yourself what you're looking for, and your brain and your eyes will find it organically. It's weird, bro. It's hokey pokey shit, you know. But like these are things I believe first. And you know what I tell people is, there's 3 steps to like all this abstract information. And I teach my sales team this also.
Yeah.
The first step is awareness. So like we're talking about it, right? People know this, they don't. First step's awareness. So like, you don't have to believe it. Just be aware of the fact that I'm telling you that if you make a decision, your brain organically tries to find it, right? The second step is application. Right? We give you the technical answer. Okay, go take the action, go execute on it. And the third step is belief. People want to believe stuff, right?
Yeah.
First. That's the third step, bro. And that's why people don't do it. Because like they're like, I don't believe it. No, be aware of it, apply it, then you will believe it because it'll manifest and be in your life. Like literally.
Interesting.
You know, so things
is this something that you're thinking about consciously, like as you're doing it, or is it like, I mean, for you now, like you're probably, do you still think about it consciously, or is it kind of like okay, like I know what I'm doing, I have an idea of how it's gonna go, and you're kind of just going like automatic now?
It's a combination of both, bro. So like this is like a completely different topic, but 95% of your thoughts and what you do is subconscious. 5% is conscious. So you got to use the 5% conscious power that you have to manipulate and influence your subconscious. Right? How do you do that? I write down everything I do. I write down everything I'm going to do for the week and what I plan on doing. I write down my goals for the month, for the year. I look at them twice a day. You know, like these are things that people, I also shied away from saying this information at times. Because like, oh, that guy's weird. No, dude, like I'm dedicated to my future and my life. And if you're not, like, you got to check yourself. For facts, you know, like that's my opinion, but like that's the impact I want to make. Therefore, I'm willing to say that out loud. You know,
powerful,
So, but yeah, bro. What did you ask again? I'm sorry.
I was just asking if the process you take, the awareness, the action, the what was the last thing? The belief.
Yeah.
That's something you think about consciously as you're doing these things, or is it just something like now that you're in the routine of, hey, this is where I'm going, this is what I need to do? Are you just doing it now?
It's both, like I said. But the conscious part comes where like I know what I'm doing on a weekly basis and the monthly basis, and then the automatic is just like all the experience I have, right? Like me just talking right now, like going on, like all the experience I've had, all the books I've read, all the people I've talked to, all the fuck ups I've had. You know, like, dude, I've failed a lot. They
say you have to.
You have to.
They say you have to.
It's part of life. So yeah,
definitely. So going back on I want to say the question was going back on like what your the influence your father had on you.
Right.
Discipline you have, you said that came from him. When do you think it really kicked in your system? Like you're like, okay, like, yeah, my dad's been telling me this for years, blah, blah, blah. Do you feel like you always kind of like, okay, he's been telling me this, so I'm always disciplined? Or did it get to a point where it's like, okay, now it's like not time to be disciplined, but you just found yourself to be disciplined and you look back and you're like,
that's a great question, bro. Yeah. Dan, you asked the money question, bro, because what it's going to come down to. So when I moved to Austin, like I said, I wanted to change myself, right?
Yeah.
And when you make a decision, your brain, like I just said, subconsciously attracts it. So the opportunity I left for to leave LA for Austin and Texas was through a guy named Nico Van Slyke, and he's one of the most influential people in my life. Like he's like I have two mentors, him and then Pat Mendez, this other guy I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
They are my sales managers. Okay. Still work with them to this day.
Awesome.
Talk to them on a weekly basis. We're best friends. They're my mentors, et cetera, et cetera. And my dad like ingrained this knowledge in me, but they really made me like believe it and implement it. So let me explain. Nico Van Slyke, he's one of like the most charismatic, enjoyable people to be around. Communication skills are like probably the best I've ever seen out of anybody I know personally.
Wow. And
then my other mentor, Pat Mendez, he was an Olympic weightlifter, discipline of a fucking stone block.
Yeah.
You know, like doesn't take any bullshit. Very into the abstract, meditates all the time. So very two different people. And I had both of them in my corner, and I've had both of them in my corner for 2 years now.
Wow.
And those two people really kicked my self-development into overdrive, bro. So the mentorship and that question you asked me, that's key, dude. Like, you got to find someone. It's not going to happen overnight, guys, but, like, you got to make a decision. Like, I'm trying to change who I want to be. What am I looking for? Okay, these are people I need to meet.
Yeah.
How do I meet them? Okay, when I do meet them, what am I going to do for them, right? Because they're not going to try to help you out without you doing anything for them, bro, you know? So, you know, they might, but at the end of the day, if you want a long-term relationship with them, you got to benefit them as much as they benefit you.
That's real.
You know, so because that's human interaction. So, yeah, bro. So Pat taught me just like discipline, no excuses, shut the fuck up, get the job done, get to work. And Nico taught me how to be communicate, like this conversation we're having, reading people, body language, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So,
wow.
Yeah, bro. Okay, really grateful at the end of the day. You know, like that's the biggest emotion I always feel when I talk about shit like this.
Yeah.
I'm just very grateful.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, brother.
Wow. I wanted to ask you, so what inspired that move from LA to Austin? Was it the job, or was it just the need to get out of LA? Was it the need to just change yourself?
You're asking the money questions, bro. For real. Okay, yeah. So I live with my dad. Okay. And my dad's relationship with me became a little toxic, bro. But it was because we both butted heads. It wasn't just him. I thought it was him. At the end of the day, when there's a problem or an argument, it's always both people. Like there's some influence on both ends. So I just needed to get out of that environment. I was committed to getting the fuck out. Like, I don't even know how it was going to happen. Like, I need to get out of this environment. My friend group, not the best. Hey, I need to get out of this environment of the people I'm always around. Doesn't mean I don't got love for them, but they're not thinking the way I want to think. Yeah. And I want to change how I think and change the person who I want to be. Why am I still here? Yeah. You know? So what happened was, like, dude, I was just, it's crazy, bro. Cause like, I just had this thought in my head, like, I need a change. Like, universe, like, give me a change, bro. And that night I came across this video. It was an ad on Instagram. It was Nico Van Slyke promoting a summer sales opportunity. I'm like, this sounds like everything I've ever heard and somebody's promised me. Yeah. He was affiliated to my fraternity. Long story short, I get on the Zoom with him 2 months after that. Or actually a day after that, the day after I see the video. And 2 months after that, I fly to Austin. Wow. And I haven't gone to Cali back, ever. No way. I swear to God. I moved with $2,000, no car, bro. I just had like this weird intuitive feeling in my head. This is my moment. I was in the shower, bro. I remember when, like, because I had like a week to think about it. Yeah. In my head, I'm like, I'm gonna make a decision in the week. I'm like, I had a few Zooms with Pat and Nico. I'm like, I like their vibe. I like what they're talking about. I like the financial opportunity. And I like that I'm going to be in a new setting and I'm going to have to adapt.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, this is scary. You know, like, I don't know what to do. And dude, I remember when I made the decision, I was like, I'm fucking doing it. I don't care. I'm going. I'm making it happen. I was in the shower, like, shouting, like, I'm fucking doing it. Let's go. Bro, my whole life changed.
That's crazy.
My whole life, bro. Like, insane.
Dang.
If I didn't fucking do that, bro, like, it makes me emotional, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where I would be, man.
Dang.
I don't know where I'd be. Like, not in a bad spot, but I'd just be, like, mundane and complacent and not Andy Ordonez that I am now. And I have so much love for myself because, like, I know what I want to do and the impact I want to make.
Yeah.
That, like, it gives me anxiety to think, like, what if I didn't fucking do that, bro?
Dang.
You know, how crazy is that shit?
Yeah.
Like, for real, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. So,
gosh.
Yeah.
Bro, I felt the energy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
Yeah.
bro, I felt that. That's dope.
Yeah,
that's inspiring.
A lot of people don't know that about me. I kind of moved in the shadows in secret. Like, I just moved. My friends are like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I'm out, bro.
Did you tell your friends at all before you left?
I told I told a few of them, like, hey, I'm moving for Texas for a job opportunity.
Yeah.
And former coworkers and, like, you know, people just, like, express their own feelings to others.
Yeah.
And that's not their fault. It's just subconscious. But I got a lot of, what if it doesn't work out? And have you thought about this? And dude, like, I was so fucking, like, committed to making it work.
Yeah.
That, like, one of the last people that asked me, I got irritated. Like, do you think it's gonna work out? I'm like, yes, I've already seen the future. I have no choice. It will work out, and I am going to make it happen.
Powerful.
And bro, like, just thinking that way will lead you to a better spot than not. You know?
Facts.
So, yeah, man, it makes me not emotional, but it just floods my brain with all these fucking memories of just up and down, trying. And I'm not even near where I want to be in the future, bro, but we're making some serious progress. Over the past 2 years, I've made some serious progress, you know?
Good to hear. I wanted to ask you, how long ago was that? When you made that life-changing decision?
It was July 2019.
Oh, so it wasn't that long ago at all?
Not 2 years ago.
Powerful.
Bro, like this.
Yeah.
Like this, bro.
Awesome. So you're moving at a fast rate.
Yeah, man, you gotta be, bro, because if you got 24 hours in the day, man, like, you know, like, don't get me wrong, enjoy your life. I enjoy my life, you know, like, bro, you gotta have things that you enjoy, your hobbies, the people you fuck with, the people you have relationships with, your family, like, but it doesn't mean you gotta take a break on your improvement.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that should never stop, in my opinion. Because if you truly love your family, if you truly love your future family, the kids you've yet to have, if you truly love your friend group, if you truly love yourself, why are you not improving every day?
Yeah. I agree.
That's my opinion,
I saw something on Instagram the other day. It was just a little anecdote, but it was like, a lot of people will go broke for their children, but who's willing to get rich for them? And that kind of spoke to me kind of like the same way that what you just said did. And I was like, yeah, you know what? That's real. You know what I mean? Like, there's two roads in every path you take. Yeah. And then, like, not saying that one will be necessarily better than the other one, but at the end of the day, like, well, no, like, there is going to be one that's going to be better. Honestly, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be okay at the end of the day, but are you really going to be okay, or are you going to be, like, good? You know what I mean? And I always want to be good or better. You know what I mean? That's how I feel, at least with how I've always felt growing up.
I read one of your things, like, you know, you said you always had this intuitive feeling to do things that were the opposite, right? Or go a different direction. And I feel like a lot of people have all that already in them, but it's just so they have the awareness, but they don't have the application, right?
Or the belief.
But the belief comes last, you know, like, it takes time to believe. You got to see stuff happen for yourself. You got to keep your promises, bro. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Where are the receipts, bro? Like, you know, for real. Yeah. Because that's all, the real world, that's all that they really care about. The results of everything you've done, not the shit you're saying. Yeah. You know? The real world. But everybody starts from zero, bro. Like, I started from zero, bro. You know? You got to make shit happen, dog. You know?
For sure. Yeah. No, I can appreciate that for sure. So we're getting close towards the ending, but bro, is there anything else you want to share with us? Anything else you want to say? Anything new coming up yourself that you want to promote a little bit?
Yeah, dude, absolutely. So right now, like, I'm a sales manager and trainer, and I'm hiring in Houston for the next 2 years. I'm hiring in this April, and I'm hiring in the summer, and I'm hiring in November again. So IG Andy Ordonez, I'm sure you guys are gonna tag me in it. Just hit me up, shoot me a DM. The same opportunity I described that changed my life, I'm providing that for others now.
Wow.
So if you want to be in an environment full of people that are go-getters, people that are in their early 20s, I'm 24. Our whole team's 21 to 29-year-olds.
Cool.
People that want to make money, people that want to improve themselves. That's what I pride myself. If you want to be in an environment where you're forced to grow as an individual, because that's what I'll do. I'm your coach, not your boss.
Yeah.
I'm your coach, Coach Ordonez. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, if you want to be something like and you want to be a part of like a sales organization, you want to really see what you're about, hit me up and we'll make it happen. And dude, we have people from Cali, we have people from Chicago. Like, it doesn't matter where you live. We'll fly you out here, we'll train you one-on-one, and we'll make it happen. Cool. Just something out there. But as far as like one more thing I'd like to say, yeah, bro, thanks for having me on. Obviously, I felt the same vibe with you as well.
Appreciate it, bro.
Guys behind the scenes, right? Thank you guys as well, Saga and Jalen. And ultimately, guys, the biggest thing is, always take inventory of your actions. Like, if you want something to happen and you say, hey, I want my dream to be XYZ or ABC, but like the actions you're taking aren't, corresponding and in congruency with what you're saying, it will never happen. It's not that it will never happen. Seriously. So, ask yourself, like, okay, like, what's something that, like, everything's either benefiting you or not. It's really black and white, bro. Like, so an exercise I have people do sometimes is they send me a T-chart every day. One side it says good, one side it says bad. Because, like, they say they're doing all these things. Well, let's see it. And you got to take inventory of your actions, take inventory of what you're consuming every day, bro. The brain is so powerful. It's the most powerful computer in the whole fucking world. You can do whatever you want with your life. You can learn whatever you want.
True.
And if you don't, it's because of you. So that's all I gotta say, man. And I'm here to help anybody out, man.
For sure. Always, we're definitely gonna tag you, bro. Thank you again for coming on.
Thank you, man.
It's been your boy Dorian Ames with Andy Ordonez. Thank you. Did I say that correctly?
Andy Ordonez.
Ordonez, my bad.
No, all good.
Yeah, it's been the glass head. Thanks for tuning in.
Been the glass head. Let's get it.